Good morning, all of you. Myself, I welcome you all on behalf of Bruhan Mumbai Municipal Corporation Education Department. I am here to present an online lecture for Standard 6 Medium English. Subject is mathematics, and our today's topic is revision. Okay, and myself, Neha Dhanti. Okay, students, as you can see on the screen, today we are going to do our revision session. That is our first semester, almost full portion is completed. So today we'll be doing the revision of our first 3 lessons, a quick recap that we always do. So before starting, before preparing for the exam, we always do revision. So our today's topic is first lesson of our standard 6th is basic concepts of geometry. Okay, we are just going to do revision so that everybody will be able to recollect what we have learned since from June, July, August and till now. So first lesson is basic concepts in geometry. So as you can see, first topic that we are going to study in this is points. Point is shown by a tiny dot. As you all know, what is a point? Point means a tiny dot. So you can see some points that are crawling in our screen. These are called points. Even in other than mathematical subject also we call it point only, and in mathematics also we call it a point only. A point can be given a name. As you all know, in maths, in geometry, every figure has its own name. Okay, every figure is given a particular name. So point also has its own name, like point A, point S, point L. We can give any name to a point. Capital letters are used to name a point. Remember, this is the important point. Only capital letters are used to name a point. You cannot use small letters to represent a point. Always capital letters are used to represent any point. So next we are going to see how point can be used, means what are the characteristics of points. Okay, so as you all see, there is a point and a line passing through a point. There is one more line passing through a point. Here comes the other line which is passing through a point. We can draw as many lines as we want that passes through the line. Many lines can be drawn. So can any one of you tell me exactly how much lines we can draw from the passing from one single point? How many lines can be drawn? Anyone? If you...
हम लोग जितना चाहे उतना भी कर सकते हैं.
Very good. And n number of points can be drawn from a point. So we can say infinite number of lines. Infinite number of lines. See here, you have 3 properties over here. An infinite number of lines can be drawn through one point. Infinite means any number of lines can be drawn through a single point. Second property, second statement is 2 or more line passes through the same point. They are called concurrent lines. When 2 or more lines, now these all are concurrent lines because they are passing through a single point. So we will call it as a concurrent lines. They all are passing through a same point. Such lines are called concurrent lines. Next, the point through which they pass is called a point of concurrence. That means this point, the point which is you can see below the lines, this point is called as point of concurrence. Okay. So these are the 3 points that we need to remember about the point. Next, Now you can see some, see to the right, left hand side of your screen. There are some points that are coming in of your screen. As you see, if I will try to draw a line through these points, can I draw a single line from this point? Can I draw a single line? Anyone can answer? Okay, so yes, definitely, we can draw a
Yes, teacher.
let's see, I can draw or I cannot draw. Okay, so see here, I'm drawing a line. I have got a single line which is passing from all these points. Okay, I have not turned the line, I have not break the line. It is a simple single line which is passing through the point. Okay, so such points which are in a single line and they pass through one line, such points are called as collinear points. Remember, there are two type of points. There are collinear points and non-collinear points. Now the line points which are in line are called collinear points. And now see, there are also some more points. Okay, so now as you see these points, can one line pass through these points? One line, single line can be passed?
No.
No. Very good, Simran. No single line can be passed, because if I will try to draw also, it will not pass. I need to turn the line. I need to draw different lines. One single line cannot be passed from all the points. So such points which in which are not in a straight line, no single line can be passed through them. Such points are called as, what they are called as, can anyone tell? What such points are called? The points which are not in a line. What?
Non-collinear.
Very good, Muskan. Such points are called as non-collinear points. Okay, collinear points and non-collinear points. So this much we have for related to the points. Points are named after capital letter. Infinite number of lines can be drawn through a point. Points are of two types: collinear points and non-collinear points. The next that we are going to see in this chapter is line, segment, and line. What is a line, segment, and what is a line? A line, okay. A line which has a specific endpoint and a specific measurement is called a line segment. Now, we can draw a line, we can extend a line at any length till any. Like we can draw 5 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 12 centimeter, 200, 100 meters, 200 meters, n line we can, n measurement of lines we can draw. But a line which has a specific measurement. Okay, now this is a line. The name of the line is AB line. This is such line. It is called line AB, and if it has a particular measurement, suppose I say this line measures 4 centimeter. So it has a specific measurement. It has a specific end point. The points are fixed. You cannot extend this line because there are no such extensions given. So the line has particular measurement. It has end points. Such line is called as segment. You can see here, such line is called as segment. It doesn't have an extension. The second is the line which has arrow on both the sides and can be extended from both the side. It is called a line. See here, there is one more line you can see on the right side. It has, what is the difference between this one and this one? So you can clearly see it has end points, and this line has arrows. What arrows indicate? Arrow क्या indicate करते हैं? What arrows indicate? Anyone?
This arrow indicates it means this is line.
Yes, that means it can be extended from both the side, right? I can extend this line here till here also, and I can put an arrow. I can extend this line ahead also, and I can put an arrow. This means this. So such lines which has arrow on both the side, they are called as a line. This is called a line, and this one is called a segment. Okay, when you have arrows, it is called a line, and when you have end points, they are called a segment. Now next is a ray. Okay, it starts at one point and goes forward continuously in the same direction. The starting point of a ray is called a origin. See here, this is a ray. This is the definition of a ray. Now what is a ray? I can say what is a ray. The ray is, this is called a ray which is coming. So it has at one point it goes continuously in same direction. Means it, as if line was going in both the direction. It was going to it can be extended left also, and it can be extended to the right also. But it is not in the case of ray. See, ray has one end, it has an end point. It cannot be extended from this side, and at the other end it has an arrow. That means it can be extended from the right side. So the ray can always goes in same direction in one direction. Okay, the starting point of a ray is called origin. Now see, we have this ray. So what is the origin of this ray? From where it has started? What is the origin? Anyone? Okay. So origin of this ray is X. See, it is very good. So it has started from here, and the origin of the ray is X, and it is extending towards the Y. So we can extend it ahead also. Rays can be drawn like this also. Okay. So now I can say if it is AB, the origin of the ray is A, and it is going towards B like this. Now how the ray is named after? Okay, here I have written ray XY, and here I have ray YX. Okay, so which one is the right one? Anyone? Which one is the right one? This one is right, ray XY is right, or ray YX is right?
First.
Yes, Prachi, not able to hear you. Which one is?
XY.
Yes, very good. Ray XY is the correct way to write the name of a ray, and ray YX is the wrong way. So you can say, see, ray XY is right. Why? Because we have to start from the origin and then we can go ahead. Okay, this is called ray XY. You cannot write the name of a ray in opposite direction. This way is writing the, sorry, XY is YX is the wrong way of writing the name. Okay. So next is a plane. Plane is a flat surface. Any flat surface like a floor of your home, roof of your home. If it is a plane, let it be of any shape. Mostly it has four sides. Such flat surface is called a plane. Okay. So here you can see a plane. One more concept is there in the same lesson, that is a parallel line. A line which lie in the same plane but do not intersect are said to have a parallel to each other. That means if there are two or more lines which are in the same plane but they cannot intersect, nowhere they meet each other, such lines are called as parallel lines. See, you can see here, I have two lines over here. I have two lines. The one is this one and the second is this one. Both the lines are at the same interval. If this is here, it is 4 centimeter. Here also it is 4 centimeter. Here also it is 4 centimeter. Whenever it goes, even though if I will extend it, it is never going to intersect. It will always go ahead with the same distance. Here also it will be 4 centimeter. Here also it will be 4 centimeter. So the line which has equal distance in them till the end such lines which do not intersect, such lines are called as parallel lines. So you can see we have examples of parallel lines. As you know, the railway track, okay, it will never meet each other. They cannot, if they will meet each other at a point, train will not travel through that railway tracks, okay. So it is impossible. So railway tracks are arranged in such a way that they are parallel to each other till any extent. So any distance we will go, the track is going to be parallel to each other. Same distance is going to be same distance we have in both the tracks. Say one more example is here your racing track. When you race in your sports, or that time you run through a track, so that tracks are also parallel to each other. That means there is no track, one track is small or other track is big. Nothing is like that. All the tracks are of same equal distance. Such lines are called parallel lines. These are the example. Now anyone of you be ready. We will be match the following. You will do if you know how to do, or if you know how to write. If you have that pen on your side, we will match. You will match for me. Anyone? See, we are having a match the following question over here. You can just select the pen that you have on your screen if you have. Any one of you able to write? See, we have matched the following question over here. You have to just identify and match the following. Can any one of you do? Anyone? So can anyone of you can write on the screen so that you can match the following? You can do matches.
Teacher, third is plain.
Prachi, can you do by yourself? Is there an option for you to match?
Yes.
Miss.
Yes.
First.
Pankini, is there option on your screen to match? You have a pen.
9.
Okay.
No,
so,
miss, there is no pen over here.
Okay. So I will only do. You just let me know the answers. Okay. What is the first one? This one. What this is called as?
Miss, this is called as segment.
Okay, very good. So can I match over here?
Segment.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. What is the next one?
No, this is line.
Okay. Why it is line, Pankhini? Why it is called line? Can you tell me?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Because it shows the matching lines, and you have said that the lines have the arrows in the
both
other
the side. On both the side. Very good. So lines have arrows on both the sides. So we can say it is a line. What is the third one? What is the third one?
Plain.
Very good. Third one is the plane. Okay. Fourth one.
Ray, teacher.
Ray. Very good. Because it has one side it has end point and the other side it has an arrow. That means this is the origin and it has an arrow on other side. It is going on the right side direction. Such a concept is called a ray. Next one. It is a point. Okay. Very good. What are these lines are called? One line is passing through the other line.
Interesting lines.
Interesting lines. Exact what Just read it properly. Can you tell me? It is not interesting lines, beta. It is called as intersecting lines. Okay. See, intersecting lines. That means they intersect with each other and they cut each other at a particular point, at the point of concurrence. Next, seventh one, last. Yes, Simran, they are called as parallel lines. Very good. So we have, so I can say my all students know all 7 concepts of basic geometry, that is point, ray, segment, line, plane, parallel lines, intersecting lines, everything now you know. Next, so now see, this is we have completed our first chapter. And we have this much only in the basic concepts of geometry. Every child should know all this when you study first lesson. Now we will be moving towards the second lesson. I will show you a short video for that, and you will try to understand. And you will, now in next lesson is very easy, and you will also try to understand and answer me later on. Just first see the video very carefully. Okay.
Hello friends, welcome to a new Happy Learning video. Look at these images. Do you know what we're looking at? Exactly, they are angles. And today we are going to learn many things about them. An angle is a space between two intersecting lines or surfaces that emerge from the same point, called vertex. If you look around, we are surrounded by angles, like the ones this clock handles. Or an ice cream cone makes. The unit of measure of the angles is the degree. And the most important angle of all is this one. It's called a right angle and it measures 90 degrees. The tiny 0 you can see in the right upper part of the number 90 is a symbol that represents all angles. We say that a right angle is the most important one because it is the one that is used to compare all of the other angles. The angles that are smaller than a right angle are called acute angles, and they measure less than 90 degrees, like all of these. And the angles that are bigger than a right angle are called obtuse angles and measure more than 90 degrees, like all of these. To know the degrees that an angle measures, we need to use this instrument, which is called a protractor. So we need to place the straight part of the protractor over one of the sides of the angle, making the vertex and the central point of the protractor meet. After this, we need to look at the protractor line on the other side of the angle and look at what number it says. These are the degrees that an angle measures. Easy peasy, huh? Let's practice. We said that a right angle is 90 degrees. Let's see. We'll get the protractor and indeed, a right angle is 90 degrees. We haven't fooled you, huh? Now, let's measure this angle. Let's see how much it measures. 45 degrees. It's an acute angle because it is smaller than a right angle. And now, we're going to check out how much this other angle measures. 120 degrees. Of course. It's an obtuse angle because it measures more than 90 degrees. Imagine that instead of being 120, it measures 180. Do you know what this angle is called? We call it a straight angle. Hey, and what about if it measures 360 degrees? Well, that's a complete or full angle. It's complete as can be. A circumference measures 360 degrees. What a discovery! Measuring angles is easy peasy and fun, don't you think?
Okay, so we have seen the video. Okay, it was very good, and we all know now we have already learned these concepts of angles. Now we will just recollect our knowledge, whether we know the answers or whether we don't know the answers. Okay, so this is any one of you. You need to just identify the angle which is which you are seeing on the screen. Be ready with your answer so that you can give it very quickly. So this is a protractor, and here comes my first ray. Here comes the other ray, which makes an angle. Now, what is the measurement of this angle? Anyone?
50 degrees.
Yes, Avinash, very good. It measures 50 degree. The measurement is 50 degree. And what is the type of angle?
Acute angle.
Very good. And it is less than 90 degree. Here is 90. It is less than 90 degrees. So we can call it as acute angle. So here is the next one for you. Identify the angle. This is called a 36 degree protractor. And here we have one ray, the other ray. And what? Oh my God, sorry. What is the measurement of this angle? Anyone? What we can call? What is the measurement of this angle? Unmute yourself.
120 degree.
Very good, Neeraj. It is
120 degree acute angle.
very good. 120 degree obtuse angle. See, students, I have not named the angles over here, but when you draw angles in your notebook, it is compulsory that you should name your angles.
Angle.
Yes, Manju, very good. It is an obtuse angle which measures 120 degree because here it is 90 and it is bigger than 90. So we call it as obtuse angle. Okay. Next one. Identify the angles. Here you have again the next. What angle it is? First measurement and then name. Let me know
Right
the measurement. Muskan, what is the measurement, dear? Measurement
90
of this
degree.
angle. Very good. It is pointing on 90. You can see a number 90 over here. So we can say it is a 90 degree angle. The measurement is 90 degree and the name of the angle is right
angle.
Right angle. Very good. The next one is First ray and the second ray. Now see, here I will say the angle is moving like this. It is from, here it was at 0, but it has moved from 0, completing 90, 100, like this it has moved till here. Can you tell me what will be the measurement over here? Just here it is 180. Here it is 180. So what will be the measurement over here? What is the measurement of this angle? So I can say the measurement of this angle is 220 because 180, 190, 200, 210, and here it comes 220. So it is the measurement of this angle is 220. Such angles which are more than 180 degree, what such angles are called? Such angles are called as reflex angle, okay? Which are more than 180 degree. Yes? Okay, next identify the angles. First ray, second ray. Okay, so what this angle is called? It is very easy to identify. What such angles are called? What
Straight angle.
Very good, Mahi. It is a straight angle. And what is the measurement of the angle? Mahi, what is the measurement? 18. See, here it is 170. So what will be the ahead of 170? Chandini, can you answer? Anyone. Not a particular name. Anyone can answer. So, yes.
This is 180 degree angle and it is called as a straight angle.
Okay, very good. So it is a 180 degree angle and it is known as a straight angle. Okay, very good. Next we have identify the angles and here it goes. Can you see two rays are there? We have one ray and the other ray above it. What such angles are called? Anyone? The angles which are the rays are just one above each other. They have not started yet. What such angles are called?
Complete angle.
Complete
Angle.
0 degree angle. Very good. A very pretty voice came from behind. It is a 0 degree. Like I can say it is a 0 degree angle because it has not started yet. I said it is not started. It is just one above each other. So I can call it as 0 degree angle. Okay. So next, the last one that we have, one ray and we have one more ray, but I will say the other ray has traveled from start till end back, whole circle it has traveled. What such rays are called? What such angles are? Very good, Prachi. It is a complete angle because it has traveled from the 0, whole 90, 180, 250, 260 and then it has came to 360. So I will say the measurement of this angle is 360 degree and the name of the angle is complete angle. The next that we are going to see is integers. Okay. The third lesson. Now in second lesson we have only this much only, that all angles and type of angles, nothing more than that. You just need to identify the angles. Now the third lesson that we are starting is integers. Just count the chocolates that you can see on your screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it goes. We have 5 chocolates on our screen. So the numbers from where I have started, I started from 1, right? I have started 1, 2, 3. I didn't start from 0. The numbers which now I will say the numbers which we start from 1 to counting numbers, I can also call them counting numbers, and we call such numbers as natural numbers. Means naturally, if anyone will ask me, count the students, count the chocolates, count the trees, so I will start from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the such numbers which we start are called natural numbers. The next one is when we start from 0. Okay, when the number is starting from 0, such numbers are called as whole numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, any till date. Next, when the numbers when the numbers have 0 also, when the numbers go on the right side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and to the left side also -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, such numbers which are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -2, -3, such numbers are called as integers. In this chapter, you have one more concept. It is called number line, and you have already studied what is positive numbers and what are negative numbers. We are just going to classify our numbers, a positive and negative. So this is a number line you can see on the screen. 0 is known as origin. The numbers which are on the right side, all such numbers are called as positive numbers. Here it is positive numbers. And the numbers which are on the left side, such numbers are called as negative numbers because they carry a minus sign with them. They are called as negative numbers. Okay. So numbers on the left side is called negative numbers. Number on the right side is called as positive numbers. So, in this bracket, you have some of the numbers, and we all need to classify them. Okay. So here I have done it for you people. It was very easy, so I did it myself only. +2, +81, +8, 5, 3, 42. -5, -7, -3, -9, -16, and -11. So these are called negative. We don't call it minus, minus, minus. We call it negative numbers. And here you can see some of the numbers have positive sign, plus sign. Some numbers don't have plus sign. Okay. Here we don't have plus sign. Then too it will come under positive number category only, because any number is always a positive number until and unless it carries a negative minus sign with it. Okay. So this was a positive and negative number concept that we have studied. Positive numbers, that is plus numbers, and negative numbers that carry a minus sign with them.
Integers.
Here, so next I just wanted to tell you, we also do addition and subtraction of integers. Okay. When it is minus minus, we do minus, and then we all put the sign of negative numbers. That is I think a easy one which you all know. So the next we will move is the next, as because we have a short of time, I guess, so I just needed to wind up. So we will do the last concept. Okay, so this is the numbers. You just have to here you can see a big fish, if you all know. So this we have to just see which is the bigger number, and many times it happens that students get confused between the which sign we are supposed to, which sign we should put. Like sometimes they put like this, and sometimes the greater or the lesser sign. Okay, but what happens, remember that the open mouth, you can see the fish is having an open mouth. The fish always loves to eat a bigger number. The fish always eats a chocolates which are bigger in number. So always remember this, that the open mouth should be towards a bigger number because it loves to eat a bigger number. So we have three signs: greater, lesser, and equal to. Okay, we have to just put it over here. So we have -4 and -5. Which is the bigger one? -5 is bigger or -4 is bigger number? So we have 5 is a bigger number. So fish is eating a number 5. Can you let me know which is the bigger between 7 and 4?
7.
7. Very good, Neeraj. 7 is bigger. So definitely fish's mouth will be open towards 7. Next, -8, -2.
2.
Which is very good. Because when the numbers are negative, the smaller number becomes the bigger one. So it is a -2 is bigger. So fish will eat -2. -10 and 8.
8.
8. Because when it comes for positive and negative number, always the positive number is the bigger number. So we can say the fish mouth will be towards the 8. So it will be like this. -1 and -1. Sorry, -1 and +1, -1, +1. Which is the bigger one? Definitely +1 will be the bigger one. So
1.
yes, +1 is the bigger number. When the numbers are equal but the signs are different, so we can say the positive number is the bigger one. So this was our session for today. We have almost completed our first 3 chapters as a revision, and we'll try to do the rest of chapters in the next lesson. Okay. So what we all know today, what I know now, what we all know now. First, basic concepts of geometry, then we know angles, and then we have integers with us. So these 3 lessons we have almost completed. Okay, so thank you guys for joining, and I would love to tell you that please subscribe our channel. Okay, it is sorry.